Hey ladies and gents, hope everyone is doing well. This video is for those who are looking for their first motorcycle or beginner bikes. In my case, deciding on which motorcycle to buy, as my first was a long journey and I had to put in countless hours of research to get an idea on which bike to settle. As a new rider, you're most likely looking for the following in a bike, and not necessarily in this order: looks, or what I like to call appeal to vanity, power, comfort, safety, reliability, and affordability. So in this video, I will share with you the 9 bikes I considered, of which 3 were cruisers and 6 standard, and why I ultimately settled on one of them as my first motorcycle. So please stay tuned and we'll get started. Honda Rebel 300cc was the first bike I considered. In fact, I also eyed its more powerful 500cc brother. The Rebel solo seat, its aggressive sit-in position, its free-spirited vibe, the fact that its 6-speed transmission engine had enough power to handle both in-city and highway riding and yet be forgiving to its rider. All of these elements made the bike very appealing to me. At 360 pounds, the bike was light enough for me to handle, and the optional ABS, the prominent thick fat tires, were a huge plus in terms of Rebel's safety, stability, and comfort, even though riders were a bit skeptical about praising the comfort aspect of the bike. Suzuki Boulevard S40 drew my attention next. Considered a lightweight cruiser, weighing approximately 380 something pounds, the S40, as I discovered, was a tried and true bike, with riders extolling its performance, reliability, and especially its friendly nature. Now, to a new rider, the bike might at first glance look like an intimidating wild Mustang, no offense intended here, yet according to owner reviews, the bike was gentle and very forgiving. I also like the fact that although a single cylinder, its 650cc belt-driven engine was more than capable to handle the occasional highway rides. Honda CTX 700 was the last cruiser I considered. This particular bike was a pleasant surprise. The liquid-cooled 670cc parallel twin engine, which Honda, I believe, discontinued in 2018, was offered in both DCT and manual transmission engines. DCT meaning dual clutch, which functions as an automatic transmission, almost like a scooter. There were lots of positive reviews by owners and professional reviewers alike on its functionality, reliability, and comfort. I especially liked the DCT model because it came with ABS, and one could find used ones at a very reasonable price. I, though, had a hard time finding one near where I live, and something about its looks did not quite appeal to me for some reason, so I kept searching on. Not wholly sure what I was looking for, my research eventually led me to the 4th bike I considered, the lovely Harley Davidson Street 500. I actually was not aware that Harley made entry-level bikes, so this was a pleasant surprise. Its sleek, elegant standard design with a straight-up sitting position, a 6-speed 500cc engine, and an abundance of positive reviews, all of this almost convinced me to get it. But I did not find one within my price range. And of all the bikes that I've mentioned so far, the Street was the most expensive, which is, when looking in hindsight, the reason that I kept on looking. And then it happened. The moment I laid my eyes on the Yamaha SR400, I knew immediately that that's the kind of bike I was looking for, that I wanted as my first bike. I simply loved its classic retro styling, the low single-piece seat, the dual analog gauges. Its stylish looks combined with its 5-speed 399cc tamed engine were perfect for a beginner rider like me. The reviewers also praised its reliability and durability, so everything about it sounded perfect. Until I learned that it ran with kick-only start. I was shocked. I mean, who in their right minds designs, in modern times, a bike with a kickstart only? In evoking the past, Yamaha went too far, in my opinion. While there are those who might find some relief in the nostalgia that the Kickstarter evokes, new riders like me who live in the city and have to make frequent stops and sometimes perhaps accidentally stall the bike would not find very appealing to repeatedly kickstart the bike. Thus, I continued my research.